Good morning, students. Now let us talk about DNA replication. It is a vast topic which requires 2 to 3 periods just to complete the replication in eukaryotes. Uh, but let us take the part 1 of this now. That is introduction to the DNA replication in eukaryotes. So as you know the definition, because already in the previous classes we have spoken about the DNA replication in prokaryotes. So it is a process of making a double copy of the DNA. Already existing DNA is doubled or identical DNA is synthesized. So it is a process in which whatever the quantity of DNA is present, that is doubled, and it is called as the process via replication it completes. So doubling of DNA or duplication of DNA takes place through the replication process. So it is nothing but the doubling of DNA. Whatever genome size is present for any type of particular cell, the same genome will be copied in a cell during interphase stage. Why? Because the cell cycle completes for eukaryotic cells once in 24 hours. So once in 24 hours the eukaryotic cells divide. So before dividing they need, because after division a parent cell in the somatic tissue, a parent cell is divided into 2 daughter cells. That is why it needs double the quantity of DNA or genome. Whatever quantity of whatever genome size is present for any cell, before undergoing cell division it has to double its genome. So once it is the cell has planned for to go undergo mitosis, this has to prepare for that. So in 24 hours 1 hour is needed for cell division, that is mitosis, but it needs 23 hours for its preparation. So the time interval between one cell division to the other cell division is called as interphase, and that interphase is not the silent phase. During this phase cell grows in size, so that phase can be divided into different stages, as you can see in this diagram. So cell division in eukaryotic cells take place in 24 hours. Once in 24 hours cell will divide, the parent cell will divide into 2 daughter cells. Then the remaining time it will take for the preparation of the next mitotic division. So during the time interval between one mitosis to the second mitosis or the next mitotic cycle, the time interval is called as interphase, and this interphase is again divided into G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. So G1 phase is after mitosis, the first phase. During this the cell has to grow, so it grows to a normal size. And then S phase, during this S phase it synthesizes or duplicates its genome. So via DNA replication, and its genome is doubled, and then there will be a little gap between the S phase or synthesis phase to M phase or mitotic phase. That gap is named as G2 phase. So after S phase, size of the cell will be fully grown and it is prepared for the next division. So this is how the cell cycle takes place in eukaryotic organisms. So preparing as G1 phase is preparing for the DNA replication, that is cell growth is done. Then during S phase, the cell after growing, it has to duplicate its DNA. So that process will complete in during S phase. And after S phase, there will be G2 phase, that is a little gap between the S phase and the gap period between the S phase and M phase, that is mitotic phase, is called as G2 phase. So at the G2 stage, the cell will be in the fully grown stage and it is ready for cell division. Now, as in previous classes also we spoke about central dogma of molecular biology. So central dogma is nothing but it is DNA or the genome. So DNA passes its information from generation to generation, that is through replication. So once the replication occurs, the quantity of the DNA will be doubled, or the genome size will be doubled, and it will undergo cell division, and that will be inherited from parent cell to the offspring cells. So via cell division and the DNA replication, the inheritance pattern takes place. That means inheritance process takes place from generation to generation. But inheritance of DNA from generation to generation is via replication. But whatever the genome information is present or the genetic information is found in the cell, that will also be exhibited in the organism itself through phenotype. So phenotype means, the word phenotype means physical appearance of an organism. So that phenotypically is expressed within the organism also. Whatever genome is present in the organism, that will be expressed, and that takes place via transcription and translation. It is a very vast topic. We will not go into the details of this topic, but only just for your information I have mentioned briefly. But it is not a brief thing, it needs 5 to 7 periods to explain the process of prokaryotic and eukaryotic transcription and translation process. It is a vast topic. So let us when we come to that topic, we will discuss in detail. But for just to mention about the central dogma of molecular biology, I have mentioned this. Now how that duplication process occur, what is the process through which the DNA is replicated, what actually is taking place in the cell. So what are the different modes of replication? So these modes of replication, earlier in the earlier days, it was thought that there are 3 possibilities. One possibility is that the original genome is conserved as it is, and following that the new genome is formed. So double stranded original parental strand of DNA will be as it is, and the copy of that will be prepared, and the 2 DNA strands and DNA molecules now will have, one will have both the strands in old, and the copy of that will have both the strands newly synthesized. So this is called as conservative replication. This is one possible mode of replication. But in some thought that the DNA double helix is unwound, and that unwounded DNA will get separated. So both will get separated as single strands, and that will work as template. And after one round of replication, both the strands will develop the new will synthesize the new strands. As you can see, the blue and the red one. So the blue one is the parental strand and the new one is the red one, that is a copy of complementary DNA of the older one. So this is called as semi-conservative mode of replication. So this is one of the another possible mode of replication in which both the DNA strands will have one parental strand and the other newly synthesized strand. So because half the DNA molecule is older one and the half one is newly synthesized, that is why it is called as semi-conservative. So half the genome is that means one of the strand of DNA is conserved and the other is newly synthesized. So that is why the process is named as semi-conservative mode of replication. Now dispersive. Some of the molecular biologists thought that the DNA neither it is by conservative method nor by it is by semi-conservative method, but it is broken into fragments, and that fragments will form the new will help in the formation of the new molecules, and both the offsprings will have fragments of DNA, older DNA as well as newly synthesized DNA. So this type of model or hypothesis is known as dispersive mode of replication, in which both the strands of both the DNA molecules will have fragments of new DNA as well as older DNA. That is why it is called as dispersive mode of replication. But later on that has been ruled out. So neither DNA replication takes place by conservative method nor by dispersive method. It was impossible for the scientists to prove these two things, but a scientist by name Michelson and Stolz has given the experimental proof for this process, that is semi-conservative mode of replication, by crystallography, not by crystallography, but it is by that is centrifugation method. So DNA is isolated and it is centrifuged. So based on the molecular weight of the DNA, it was forming the layers after centrifugation. So these were detected with the help of a radioactive element. By using the radioactive element, bacteria were used, and those bacteria were cultured in the radioactive medium, that is nutrient medium, which is containing radioactive nitrogen. So with the help of that experiment, that is called as Michelson and Stolz experiment, it was proved. Now in this Michelson and Stolz experiment, the bacteria were grown in the nutrient medium which was containing heavy nitrogen, N15, and it was allowed to grow into that medium for many generations. So after growing that in for many generations, again the DNA was extracted and then it was centrifuged. So during centrifugation, the layer of the DNA is formed near the bottom of the test tube. In the centrifugation tube, the layer of DNA is formed at the bottom of the test tube, and because of its radioactive nature, it was glowing, showing that the presence of nitrogen, heavy nitrogen in the DNA. Now the same a bacterial culture was now transformed to a medium which was containing a normal nutrient medium, normal nitrogen. So after one generation, it was collected and centrifuged. So at this situation, after one generation, it forms the layer of DNA after extraction and centrifugation. It is formed in the middle of the centrifuge tube, which is showing that the DNA is intermediate. All the DNA strands of intermediate weight, neither it is very heavy nor it is light. So, which is indicating that all the DNA has after one generation has one strand of old DNA and one strand of newly synthesized DNA. Now after the same were allowed to grow for the second generation, then it forms the two layers. So the middle layer shows that all the DNA was hybrid DNA, because in which all the DNA molecules are having one strand of heavy nitrogen and one strand of lighter nitrogen or normal nitrogen. Now after second generation, they were again collected and isolated and allowed to undergo centrifugation. So this has formed two layers. Two layers of DNA are now isolated, which is indicating that the first layer is in the middle of the test tube and the second layer is near the upper end of the test tube, which indicates that after many generations of growth in the heavy medium, all the DNA was heavy and they were having heavy nitrogen in their DNA molecules. That is why it is the layer after isolation is formed near the bottom of the test tube. Now after when they have the same culture is sample from that culture is transferred to the medium which is containing normal nitrogen. After allowing only for one generation, sample after 20 minutes was collected and then that was isolated, which gave a layer in the middle of the test tube, indicating that all the DNA molecules in this present generation are having hybrid DNA, which is having one of the strand of heavy nitrogen and the other DNA strand which is having normal nitrogen or lighter nitrogen. So now this after 40 minutes, after 2 cycles of replication, again it was collected and isolated and then the sample was centrifuged. It gave 2 layers, so which is indicating that because after one cycle the 2 strands were formed which were having each one was having one heavy and one lighter strand of DNA molecule. But after second generation, what happens? They got separated and only 2 molecules of DNA are having hybrid DNA and the rest of the 2 molecules they are having both the strands of lighter DNA after second generation, which indicates that it is the replication process is taking place by means of semi-conservative means and not by any other method. That is why it was proved experimentally. The third sample, after 0 minutes and 20 minutes after one round of the replication and 40 minutes after the 2 replications, as the sample was collected in this manner and then they were in different phases. They have been centrifuged and they were compared which indicated that in the first generation, after complete removal of the new one and the complete heavy nitrogen when it was incorporated, it gave only heavy nitrogen or heavy DNA molecules, which gave the layer at the bottom of the test tube. And the other one, after one generation, when it is transferred to lighter medium, it gave a hybrid one, so which indicates that both the strands of DNA are, both the molecules of DNA, offspring DNA, is having heavy as well as lighter molecules of DNA, which indicates or proves that it is replicating by means of semi-conservative mode only and not by any other mode. Hence, Michelson and Stall's experiment has proved that it takes place by semi-conservative, and which is accepted universally because it has been proved, and there is no such evidence for conservative mode or any other dispersive mode of replication.